Well, on this latest edition of DWZ News Updates, as you know, we're going to be following up more on Shingo Takagi and Natsupoi's. Of course, recently they got married. A lot of congratulations. People, of course, a bit surprised. They couldn't believe it. Some people are happy for them. However, you want to feel it. Of course, afterwards, Shingo Takagi and Natsupoi actually had a bit of a press conference that was uploaded, of course, live stream in Tagagi's YouTube channel, kind of giving a bit of the explanation, giving some answering questions from some fans about the whole thing. And of course, we will hear from some of their friends who, in fact, congratulated them on their marriage and all that stuff. And of course, they had to thank one person for having them to get married. And of course, many of you know, is Hirooki Goto. So that kind of sets it up right there for everyone. So we're going to go from everything that we know so far. So until then, just buckle up. So let's get started with another DWZ news updates. Hey everyone, welcome to DWZ News Updates, where we give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of wrestling, such as what events the promotions are thrown out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of wrestling as we speak. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel we do a lot of pro wrestling content, such as, of course, reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK. In the world of pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever you want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If you catch up to many of my episodes, then I will be putting the updates there or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Unagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us and click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting videos just like this and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, it's time to buckle up and enjoy the ride on this roller coaster. So let's follow up more on Shingo Takagi and his newly bride, Natsupoi. Okay, for those who have not been catching up what's been going on with Natsupoi and Takagi, let me explain this to you. About a week ago, it was later, of course, announced that Shingo Takagi and Natsupoi have gotten married. Now, this was news that no one expected, especially those who are fans of both of them, like myself, for example. And that sets it up right there. And there was a lot of questions that going around on that. And of course, we did hear from congratulations from many of their friends in recently, but there are more friends who just, of course, decided to continue to congratulate them um, since this is the first time they're hearing it. So let me pull that up for all of you so I can give you guys, of course, exactly what they said. Uh, All right, so this is from El Lindaman from, of course, Gleet, but many of you may know this. He actually wrestled in Dragon Gate, which is the same place where Shingo Takagi started. He gone up saying, "Tagagi's son is so cool. Congratulations." And then, of course, we have Tai Hamna, who once again, as you know, in the previous update on this, she congratulated them, and she continues to congratulate them, saying, "Natsumi, truly, truly, congratulations. May the two of you from here on be filled with even more happiness. We, ah, I'm, I'm overflowing with happy feelings too." So, yep. Then of course we have Sayuri Anu. It's no secret between everybody that knows that she and Natsupoi are really good friends, or you should say frenemies, however you want to call it. You've got such a cute face already, Natsumi. Takagi-san, congratulations on your marriage. I won't yield the partner's uh, seats to you. Yeah, I'm sure because we've seen them hang out together before. And of course, Mai Sakurai, many of you guys know those two, both she and Natsupra, along with Julia, were part of DDM, so she congratulated them. Then, of course, Suri, many of you may or may not know this, she is Natsupoi's best friend. She gone off saying, Natsupoi, Tagagi-san, heartfelt congratulations. Looking forward to working with you from here on out, too. So it looks like maybe we may see her working with Tagagi. Um, who else we have? Oh yeah, Hirooki Goto. Many of you know this. He's the guy who kind of played the unofficial matchmaker or Cupid in the whole marriage. He says, "May the future be blessed with fortune." Who else congratulated him? So is Sayaka Kurara, Natsupo's teammate. Then of course, Aibai Nai, many of you know her. She's a former wrestler, now turned voice actress. She even goes Natsumi. Truly, truly, congratulations. Stardom president Taro Okada says congratulations, wishing you continuing success. Who else? So is of course Kenta Kobashi, legendary Japanese wrestler. He goes, Shingo Kun and Natsupoi-san, congratulations on your marriage. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Shingo Kun has such a chivalrous spirit and the kind personality I never met. I have never met Natsupoi-san. May you both be happy together forever. Who else? Even, of course, Maika Ozaki, who many of you know they were trained by the same person and part of At Risk Girls. Natchan, even though you were the baby of the batch as the youngest among your peers, thank you for the happy news. Truly, congratulations. Even Ayasaka congratulated her. Who else? I think that's pretty much it what we have. So yeah, so basically many of their friends congratulated them. But of course, someone joked about this recently. Someone said that Kamitani is looking for a boyfriend, and someone tweeted her or tagged her saying, "Why didn't you ask Hirooki Goto to match you up with somebody?" Because of course he was the unofficial matchmaker, and of course the both Natsupoi and Shingo Takagi actually thanked Hirooki Goto for getting them to jump ahead. But there was more to that part that many of you may not know this. Apparently, recently, back in, so as you know, they started dating in 2024, but they actually considered getting married back in June of 2025. But there was a little interesting thing that was later revealed that happened on March of 2025. There was a video where you can see Natsupoi and Suri just hanging out, and they were meeting with an astrologer and told Natsupoi that 2025 would be her year for marriage. But he gave her a warning, saying that if she missed the window, then the next chance wouldn't be for another 12 years. So most likely that could have been the case for her to also decide, let's jump in to get married, that sort of thing. So I don't know if anybody believes in that whole astrology thing, but yes, even so, when Shingo Takagi, of course, many even know this, he doesn't have his YouTube channel, but he did announce on it that he got married to Natsupoi. Of course, Natsupoi was videotaping the whole thing in his channel because she was, well, his camera woman, if you probably call it. And they even had a press conference in the actual room where mostly um, New Japan uses when they do some official announcements on their channels, whatever. But anyway, Shingo Takagi, of course, explained this whole thing. Natsupoi even um, clarified some confirmation that many of you may or may not know this. Natsupoi even confirmed that Suri, who I mentioned is her best friend, many of you know her as Saray back in NXT, just revealed that she was the witness in their wedding. So obviously it would have been, her to be there because they are best friends after all. So it makes sense. And They of course explained about each other. Natsupoi did reveal, of course, in the press conference that she was well aware of Shingo Takagi's existence, but never interacted with him until back in 2024 for this event. I remember she was involved, and of course they got in contact. They even talked about certain things while they were in the press conference. But some questions I think many people would ask, and I think many of you are probably going to ask that question too. Will we ever see these two team up in a tag match? According to Shingo, he said maybe once or twice, possibly. But someone did joke about this, about them teaming up. They're like saying, because if you guys know this, I did update it on some upcoming events where, if you remember, Konosuke Takeshita and Yuka Sakazaki are married, and they're going to be part of a big event in Tokyo Pro Wrestling. And some people joked, like, why not have those two face off, Takagi and Natsupoi, our newly married couple? I mean, it is a good idea, but there has to be tons of negotiations from both Stardom, New Japan, and Tokyo Pro Wrestling, and whoever else, because the thing is, it had that to be allowed. Remember, Takeshita, he actually wrestles for three different promotions, most with AEW, New Japan, and DDT. So I'm sure there's going to be some sort of negotiation regarding that. But of course, Takagi is always up for that, and pretty much everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much some of the updates been going on. There's plenty of things. Um, we'll see how things will go from there. But of course, Tagagi did say that we may see her in his YouTube channel, but he has to ask Stardom for permission because he cannot allow her to do that, even though he gets permission from New Japan to let him do these videos that he does on his channel. But we'll just wait and see what happens from there. So I think that's pretty much it what we have. Um, so if there's anything new going on with Natsupo and Tagaki, we'll just have to wait and see. So again, congratulations to both of them, and let's see how things in their future as a married couple will be. But until then, let's call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this video. So I hope everybody, of course, are congratulating Shingo Takagi and Natsupoi on their marriage. Like I said, we don't know when they'll be teaming up, but I can't wait to see that. But as for our next episode, we most likely will be doing the next one's going to feature um, WWE Evolve. I didn't do that on Wednesday due to the fact that, of course, I missed out. I kind of forgot about it. But we'll add it with Ring of Honor and TNA. As you know, TNA has made their official debut at the AMC, so that sets it up right there. So we'll see how things will roll. So stand by on that new episode. But until then, I will say this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye, and have a nice day. Bang.